Do me a favor, and every single time that you say, I don't have time, or anything akin to this phrase, please cut yourself off and say this instead. This, what we're talking about right now, is much less important than everything else that I have planned out right now. That's exactly what you're saying. You have 24 hours. Everyone has 24 hours, every single day, that is. So the only thing that you could possibly say is that this thing that we're talking about right now, this thing that I'm saying I don't have any time to, I do have time, I still have 24 hours, but this thing is just not as important as anything else that I have planned out. That's why I'm telling you that I don't have time for this very specific thing, and I'm not going to do it. Whether that's giving yourself an option to maybe start a side hustle, maybe that's starting a new hobby, and maybe that's just scheduling like a call with a friend. Ah man, sorry, I don't have enough time for that. Sorry, I don't have time. No, sorry, but I already considered what you said there. The thing is, it's really not that important to me. The thing is, this, what we're talking about right here, is less important than everything that I have planned. And I'm not going to do it for that reason. Now, of course, when you're talking to other people, you don't have to be 100% like this. If you don't want to tell them, maybe because it would come off a bit rude, I understand. But to yourself, never lie. Never tell yourself, I'm not going to do this because I don't have time when it comes to going to the gym. You've been telling yourself for that like for fucking months now, haven't you? So in this video, we're going to talk about how to get more time. Literally, how to get more time. We're going to talk about how to get more time within your week and how to get more done. We're going to talk about how to get more done in your day, within one single day, and how to get more done within one event, one task, how to literally get things done quicker. I'm a huge fan of the concept of the weekly task lists. This is basically a to-do list, but for your week. However you want to structure this is your choice. If you want to do it like physically, if you want to do it digitally, on some like fucking app of yours or notes or whatever. The thing is, you're going to give yourself like 10, 12, maybe 8, maybe 9, I don't know, a few things to do. And you're going to write them out. And you're going to schedule them for every single day. What you're going to do is only schedule the next day. So every single day you schedule tomorrow, just like you were if you were to do a to-do list. If you know, I'm a huge fan of to-do lists. Watch. I'm going to link it. It's going to pop up on like a card, but I explain in one of these videos how to do it. I don't remember which one I'm going to link. The thing is, you're going to tell yourself, okay, you're going to sit down at night. You're going to plan tomorrow's day as you do, because you've watched the video that I just linked. And you're going to tell yourself, okay, this is my weekly task list. These are the things that I want to get done. So, which one of these can I get done tomorrow, and which one of these will it make sense for me to get done tomorrow? So you do this one, you remove this one, put it onto your to-do list. That's obviously for tomorrow. Then you remove this one, you put it onto your to-do list, this one. And the thing is, some of these are just going to stay here. So we got rid of this one, we got rid of this one, and we got rid of this one. Pardon me, the fucking drawing is not that good because it isn't that resemblant. But the thing is, we got rid of number 1, we got rid of number 3, and we got rid of number 5. So we're left with 2, 4, 6, and it's like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 maybe, or some shit like that. The thing is, if we keep getting rid of these things, we're going to see that one thing that's fucking stuck there. And it's going to irk us a lot. And after we've kept postponing it for like 4 days or 5 days or something, we're going to be like, fuck, that number 6, it just doesn't go anywhere. Now, it could be that in 2 days you add another one, you add 10, you add 11, but the thing is, we're going to see that that number 6 just doesn't seem to fucking go anywhere, and that's usually when I personally, and most people that I know who use this system, get rid of number 6. And this is a beautiful system, because this is how we get shit done. If we see overarching, like, okay, we need to do these kind of things, we need to do these kind of things, you can't really put off a task for so that long. And the thing is, if you know what life is like, and how every fucking human on this earth functions, you know that if we don't like visualize it, and if we don't tell us every single day that, okay, you need to do this, you need to do this, we're going to kind of forget. We're going to do, oh no, it's not the right time for me, it's not the right thing, we shouldn't really do this. And that's exactly what I did at the beginning of this video. I called you out, you're postponing the gym you're postponing going to the gym for like fucking 4 months now or shit like that. Imagine if every single day you had this at the top of your task list, go gym. And you're like, no, I'll do it tomorrow. No, I'll do it tomorrow. After a while, you're going to fucking do it. If you're telling yourself, I should go to the gym, I should go to the gym. The thing is, you're just only getting reminded whenever you see it in your vicinity, whenever you walk past the gym, whenever you talk with your friend, which is like maybe a few times in a month. And that's why you're postponing it so much. So doing this weekly task list will not only get you to do the tasks that you're pushing off a lot, it will actually get more done. Because if you know what Parkinson's law is, It's basically how you get more productive towards the end of exam season. Now, this is what most people think of it as this is your productivity, because near the end of a thing, like it's like the deadline thing, where around the deadline of the thing you get super productive because you have no more time left. But the thing is, this is one approach that we could take, but what about if we just push the deadline of this to the front ourselves? So what if we artificially told ourselves, this is the deadline? You can still get it done, by the way. So our productivity would look something like this. Or maybe like this. Maybe we would just, oh shit, our deadline's now, okay, we should start working now. And we wouldn't put it off and would start working like later or here. So this is, in a funny way, a much better way to get things done. Because if you've been like me, which we're slowly getting onto the day part now, you understand how if I schedule myself in a day to do, I don't know, cook myself a meal, maybe run, and clock into work and do the bare minimum there. I will schedule my day. Okay, I'll wake up, I'll do some IG reels. Okay, I'll do the maybe run, but that's not going to lead to anything, so I'm just going to keep going on IG reels. And I'll clock into work and I'll do the work. And sorry boss, I have to go take a shit now, and it's going to be 30 minutes of more IG reels. And that's kind of cool, boss. Yeah, thank you. Cook. Yeah, I said I should cook, but it's like not like I must cook. It's probably like, okay, I ordered from the favorite Indian place that I have. So it's like, if you don't really tell yourself to do things, you're not going to get them done. But if you tell yourself, okay, these 4 things, I'm going to move them to my to-do list, and I'm going to schedule them, because if you don't schedule tasks, that's how they get to the next day. Then you're going to cook, okay? You're going to get cooked. Wait. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. The point is, if you put these to your task list and you schedule them, then you're going to cook. If you randomly just put these to your task list and be like, yeah, I'm going to do it sometime, yeah, fuck off, you're not going to cook. You're not going to cook. You're going to get cooked, okay? So this is what's going to happen. You're going to schedule them into your day in a way where you actually respect it, where it's actually plausible, and you actually tell yourself, not, oh, I'm going to maybe run and I'm maybe going to do this. No, you only move like a few of these points to your task list. Usually your task list should consist of 2 to 3, maybe 4, but that's if the 4 are kind of easy tasks. And these are non-negotiables, by the way. These are on your to-do list today. You must do them. Okay? You're just going to do them from now on. And what you're going to do is you're going to schedule them in a way. I'm probably going to have to clean this board soon because it's getting fucking filled up. In a way where you schedule these things right away. So you have maybe things similar to this, but now you're going to cook this meal. 100% clarity. Procrastination is mostly caused by lack of clarity, actually. Like, literally, the most common cause of procrastination is overwhelm, is not knowing exactly what you need to do, because your brain operates on a basis of survival and comfort. And if something is uncomfortable, unclear, oh no, what shall we do? We're going to self-destruct. You can't just postpone it, honestly. Like, does ordering food seem scary to you? No, obviously it's not financially that advisable. But the thing is, it's easy, and your brain strives on a basis of comfort. So if I tell myself I'm going to cook chili con carne, and okay, I'm going to do it after I go shopping, and I give myself like fucking autistic level details, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to write that out. Obviously, if you want to give yourself like a shopping list and do like additional points under it, just to make it 100% clear, please do so, and actually write out these things. So that's your first task, and we're going to schedule it for 17 p.m, or that would be like 5 p.m. This is going to be cook. Okay, and then we're going to do run. We're going to do run 5 kilometers at the park. Okay, we're going to do that right away as we wake up, because we want the rush of cortisol to actually get us up and the sunlight in the morning, and that's kind of the most ideal time for us to do it. Okay, then we're going to work. Okay, we're going to clock into work at the usual time. And you understand the basis of this. So the thing is, I could have just told myself this pussy ass shit. Like, I could have just told myself, maybe I should cook something, which is 100% fucking ambiguous, and you're not going to do it ever. I could tell myself, yeah, you need to clock into work, but do the bare minimum and keep scrolling on IG Reels. And although that's not exactly what I told myself, you understand how that's kind of what my brain computes, unless I'm being 100% clear with myself. That's what I'm going to do. And then I can tell myself, yeah, maybe go on a run, that would be kind of cool, but I'm not going to go on a run then, because that's still unclear and not too strict on myself. And the thing is, guys, a lot of people come at me for this thing, and say that, oh no, it's like too extreme, and no, this is so hard to do, and you can't think that everyone is able to do this and shit like this. But the thing is, this is super fucking easy if you have a tiny bit of discipline. And I hate that word. I hate discipline. And I'm going to tell you why, by the way. You really do need like 1% discipline for this. And that's because this schedule that we're going on has actually much more spare time than what the average schedule does. So what usually people do is they have a schedule that goes from 8 a.m. to, let's say, midnight. This is midnight here. And what they do is they say, okay, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to have this morning routine. Okay, then I'm going to go for a run. Okay, yeah, then I'm going to work, yeah. Then I'm going to, then I'm going to go cook. And then I'm going to go to do something. The thing is, these are not conducive to Parkinson's law, because you're giving yourself a fuck ton of time. And what does your brain do with a fuck ton of time? It puts you into this state of productivity, where it ramps up slowly. I'm still using red for some reason. And the reason this is bad is because this area here means you're not being productive. At the beginning, you're being 1% productive. At the middle, you're being like 10% productive. And that leaves 90 or 99 room for non-productivity, which means in the beginning of this task, you're going to be scrolling IG. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you go into work and you're 100% deep work, focused, no distractions, no nothing. I know I'm right because I fucking do this myself when I do this type of scheduling. So instead of doing this, and instead of giving ourselves 3 hours to cook, and instead of giving ourselves 2 hours to run 5 kilometers, we're going to do a schedule where we're going to tell ourselves, we're going to do morning routine here, we're literally going to go take a shower and brush our teeth, and that's kind of all we need. Maybe we're going to make a cup of tea, but other than that, like in this one, you wake up, you look at your phone, you do some stupid shit, and that's why it takes 1 hour to do your morning routine. No morning routine should be longer than like 30 minutes in my opinion. Like that's just not conducive to your goals anymore. Then I go for a run, and then I kind of have time to de-wind because I'm not going to schedule this time. If I feel like going on Instagram, sure, I'm going to go on Instagram. If I feel like going for a walk and talking to a friend, I'm going to do that. And here, I'm going to do my work. I'm going to get my work done in this amount of time because I know I can get it done in this amount of time. But I know if I schedule myself more time, most of it would be just coping. And then I'm going to leave this time open as well. Then I'm going to get home and cook in this time because I know that this pot that I'm going to make, which I've already scheduled out for myself because I'm going for 100% clarity, can be done in just 1 hour or just 30 minutes or however long I'm leaving myself. Understand this. In this sense, I'm still giving myself time to offload. I'm still giving myself time to not do anything. I'm still telling myself, okay, in this time, do whatever the fuck you want. That's time scheduled to be wasted. Time scheduled to be wasted. Time scheduled to be wasted is not the same as wasted time. Because in here, I'm going to have the fucking feeling that, I told myself I'd be productive for 7 hours today, I'd work for 7 hours, I'd go for a 2 hour run, I'd do this, I'd do that, and I scrolled on my phone for 5 hours. This is what happened, and tell me I'm wrong. Every single time I have this type of schedule, I'm like, fuck, I couldn't do that. My brain isn't caught up to this. I told myself I'd do this and I just fucking wasted so much time. And this schedule, I still do 1 hour of Instagram, and I still do, I still do some things that I'm not like 100% proud of, but I was like, okay, I'm giving myself permission to do this because in this time, what I do doesn't really matter if I get this done. If I get this done, and if I get this done, and if I get this done, I don't care what I do in the rest of the time blocks. And that's what leads to key productivity. That's what leads to actually being productive in the long term. Because if you tell yourself you're going to be productive all day and you schedule these kind of fucking stupid habits, which has no reason being here, you're going to mimic this Parkinson's law. And you're going to be like, oh shit, my time is actually much more than I actually need for this. Because I understand that if I ramp up my productivity near the end and I get the thing done, then I will have a bunch of time free. And in this time, which is like mostly in the beginning obviously, I can do whatever the fuck I want, and that's how you end up sitting down and doing stupid shit. I had a ring, an Aura ring, and I still have it if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where it is though. Whatever. And it tracked my sleep. That is basically a sleep tracker, like a health tracker ring. And it had the statistic of time spent in bed and time asleep, these two statistics. And I found it very fascinating that usually my time in bed would be like 10 hours when my time spent asleep would be like 8. And that's very weird because it's like whatever, like you go to bed and you sleep 8 hours and you think it's like 8 hours, but it's really not. Because the thing is, it takes time to fall asleep. When you wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes you're not even conscious of it, and you have time that you're awake in the middle of the night. And obviously when you wake up, you don't get out of bed instantly every single day. That's just not how it works. So the thing is, you still spend some time in bed while you're not productive. And it's the same exact thing with work. So in this work, I would spend, 7 hours at desk, but I would spend 2 hours at task when I was actually doing tasks. And that's miserable. That's horrible. You should never do that, because this is death of productivity. Now you're associating your desk with doing these kind of tasks, like Instagram. Now you're associating work with not being the good thing. And now if you just told yourself, okay, I'm just going to work for 2 hours, but I'm actually going to do those 2 hours at task. I'm going to leave my phone in the other room. I'm going to start to lock in. I'm going to actually start doing what matters. And afterwards, I can scroll on Instagram, guilt-free. That's how to fucking work. Now, the final way to be more productive and get more time is to do this on the task level, is to understand that you have tasks in your day which aren't really optimized, and you're still wasting a lot of time just doing singular things. And one thing that comes to mind is going to the toilet. This usually takes people like 30 minutes, and it isn't big enough to schedule. The thing is, a task like this, which isn't big enough to schedule, yet you still spend a lot of time on it, you have to understand just basically, you're not going to schedule it, so how can you reach into it in your personal life where you're not really like fucking over your calendar for it? And another good example would be getting to work, just getting to work, getting to start anything, getting to go to the gym. How long does it take for you to get into the flow of working and sitting down and getting focused? How long does it take for you to pack your gym bag and drink a cup of water? Because the thing is, if we leave ourselves a lot of open time and we don't have good habits around these singular tasks, we're going to waste a lot of time. And the reason we waste so much time on the toilet, for example, is because we take our phone. Imagine if you had to go to the toilet and you were forbade of taking your phone. You can never take your phone. How much time would you spend on here? Because I spend about 4 to 5 minutes at most. You'd be surprised, right? And if you give yourself time to get to work, how much time is that? Do you look at your calendar and you're like, oh, I have time anyway, and you lay down and you realize that you've been scrolling for 1 hour? Do you ever tell yourself that, okay, I'm just going to pack my gym bag, and then you end up looking at your stuff, you end up packing something, but then you're like, oh yeah, I got to get this supplement. Then you look at your thing and then you're like, oh shit, I should buy another one. And then you go on the website of the supplement store, and then you're like, you just waste random shit. So we need to get our habits in line. And how can we do these things? You need to think about it. When do I waste time? Ask yourself this question. When do I waste time? Because for a lot of people, it's this. A lot of people, and again, like if you're really, really comfortable with this, and if you're getting the adequate amount of work done and you don't need more time, I mean, why the fuck are you watching this video? If you really want to do this and you really want to spend 30 minutes on the toilet, like, more power to you. But for the rest of us who actually want a lot of time and actually want to be productive, this maybe isn't the best thing to do. And we need to think about these singular tasks. When do we waste a lot of time? For me, one thing is waking up. I'm very bad at waking up, and that sounds a bit weird, but the thing is, I wake up and I have a tolerance of going back to sleep of 0. So I wake up, I look at my phone, or I do something, I roll around, and I'm back to sleep instantly. So what I need to do is have an alarm that's like away from my bed. That's another thing, that getting out of bed, get out of bed. This should take like 1 minute. For me, it takes 1 hour, 30 minutes, because I fall back asleep. This one habit is costing me 89 minutes on average. So what I did was I moved my phone out of room, and I bought an alarm on my desk. This is very thought out and very methodical, because if I have my phone in my room and my alarm on my desk, I reach for my phone, I look at my phone, I turn off my alarm, and I go back with my phone in my bed, and I end up falling back asleep because I'm tired, put my phone down, and bam, back to sleep. So I need to remove my phone out of my room entirely, and I can't get to it, or if I do, I have to go across the whole flat, and by that point I'm kind of awake. And other than that, even though I don't have my phone in my room, I still need to wake up somehow, and for that reason I have my phone away from my bed at my desk, which means I just have to get up and go around this way of the room, and then I have to leave the room, and then I have to go there, and by that point I'm kind of halfway through my morning routine, because I don't have like a idiotic 30-minute morning routine the first way. So what you need to do is ask yourself this, troubleshoot, what tasks do you spend like super long amount of time on? Because for me it's this, for a lot of people I know it's going onto the toilet, not for me anymore. And yeah, just a lot of things like this. Do you go shopping to a place that's very far from you? Do you go to the gym that's very far from you? Because I switched gyms recently because I was traveling 25 minutes to the gym there, and then 25 minutes back. And the thing is, this is 50 minutes. 50 minutes if you go to the gym 5 times per week. This is over 4 hours. Over 4 hours a week. Obviously, there's 168 hours in a week, but if you think about it, this is adding onto your spare time. This is literally time spent traveling, which is almost the most useless form of time. This is bad. So now I'm going to the gym. That's 10 minutes away from where I live. And now, if we, obviously plus 10, if we go there and back, and that's 20, if we go 5 times, that's 100 minutes. Point is, this is like 2.5 hours more every single week for no reason, no apparent reason. I'm saving 2.5 hours more every single week. These are the kind of things that I can't analyze for you because they're not in a vacuum, they're not objective, they're not the same for every person. You need to really think about it. What kind of things do I do which are really cancerous to my time? What kind of tasks do I have? What kind of poor habits do I have ingrained into my routine? Which are these tiny things I don't really schedule for myself, but are leaving me and costing me a lot of downtime. Are they like, before you go to bed, you have your phone in your bed and you're watching YouTube when you should be sleeping, and you're calculating that in your sleep, but you're really not. So you end up sleeping in, you end up wasting time that way, or you don't end up sleeping in, but you end up sleep deprived, so you're not that focused in the day. So this could manifest in so many different ways. I told you quite a few: going to the toilet, getting out of bed, going to the gym, and a bunch more examples. So really, I can't really tell this to you. You really need to put your fucking hand on the spacebar, pause this video, and ask yourself, where do I waste time in these singular tasks? If you make yourself a weekly task list, understand how to schedule things and leave very small amounts of time for yourself, so you actually get the escape velocity to actually start doing the task quite fast, and you exploit Parkinson's law to do it as fast as possible. You will have time. You will have time to be wasted, so you won't be on this extreme routine which isn't upholdable. You will have time to work. You will get a lot more done than most people. And finally, if you actually understand that a lot of tasks, a lot of singular tasks that we schedule for ourselves, that we don't schedule for ourselves, pardon me, take a lot of our time, like taking our phone to the toilet, like traveling to a place that's a lot further than we actually need to go to shop, to go to the gym, etc., or just poor habits around sleep and just poor habits around anything that take up a lot of our time, which really shouldn't be the case.